All right, we are live. Let me know if the audio is weird or anything. I got a fan going in the back there, so if that becomes an issue, I'll turn it off, but kind of want it right now. I don't know if this thing's going to be too loud or not, but whatever. Let me get the chat up here. Okay, cool. All right. How y'all been doing? I haven't done anything on this channel in a while. Out of sheer laziness, I'm gonna be honest. Yo, what's up, man? I haven't uploaded much, but the stream's meant to catch up. So yeah, I was really impressed by this latest episode, so I thought, like, why not? Let's catch up. Okay, I'm going to turn down the music. Actually, y'all tell me if the music's distracting. I'm going to just turn it down on my headphones here. All right. So I think it's about time that we get started. I don't have a slideshow or anything for any key visuals, but I think we can travel through this whole episode, all these episodes together on Crunchyroll. I'll have to mute it, obviously, and only use freeze frames, but like, I think that'll be fine. All right. For the sake of copyright, I don't want to show any clips unless I actually need it and it's a brief second. All right. Sorry, getting text messages. All right. Actually, no. We'll get into it as the episodes go. So let me create a scene here. Character animation was on point. That's one of my smallest concerns, honestly. But we got to go through starting from episode 5. I believe that was the last one I haven't reviewed yet. Oh no! What? Crunchyroll, don't do this to me. Alright, cool. We got it. Right. And let me make a new screen here. So we are going to be doing a tier list soon. But until then, I'm just going to create a new window capture here. Source up window. I believe it is this one. Yes. And boom. There you go. Really good slice of life. I don't feel the need for fight scenes right now. Yeah. Again, we'll get to it. We'll get there when we get there, you know. All right. I feel like we need more chill music here. So let's get that settled here real quick. Where the fuck do I have my... Is it here? Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's just do some lo-fi because I just need background music to... Lo-fi girl. Yes. All right. Let me know if you want to change back to the original one, but I think that last playlist is going to be a bit distracting for the sake of this. Anyway, let's get started. So yeah, episode 5, bit of a it was a really good episode. Like whenever Sylphy was there, honestly, there were bits and parts where I was like, it's a little slow and a little dragging, but anyway, like I think like Elle and Elise's interactions with Rudius are just peak. They honestly are. I think they really did a good job with Elle and Elise. Like, she's not in it too much, but she wasn't in the light novel much either. But I think like the way that she was, if YouTube defaults to 15 seconds clips and all, yeah, I know I could get away with doing like clips, but for the sake of it, it's a bit I don't think it's necessary. But Elle and Elise here, she was perfect this episode, honestly. I mean, she was good in the last episode too. I think their dynamic between really horny bitch versus person with ED, I think that dynamic is just hilarious. And if they had to pick anyone to pair Rudius with, connect him back to older characters in the previous season, then I think this Elle and Elise is a perfect choice, honestly. Good job with this. I need to finish off this caramel macchiato. Anyway, this fucking opening, holy shit! I didn't think that Mushoku Tensei was gonna do an opening. First off, I didn't think they were, but oh my goodness, jeez, bro, they fucking pulled out all the stops. Like, okay, the cage shit, the symbolism, I honestly don't care for. But man, I didn't appreciate this song until this opening came out, man. Like, I know the song's good. But like when they were just doing like the montage of like random parts of the show, like just all the freaking what do you call it? All the like normally they would just have like random mundane shit like this play in the background as the OP's playing, but honestly, people really like that aspect of Mushoku Tensei where they don't waste any time and they do storytelling while the OP's playing. And I'm just like, usually the screen caps are honestly pretty bad during the opening. Usually season 1, like everything was good, but like for season 2, something's looked off. And when you're only sitting there with music and nothing to really pay attention to other than the visuals, like you start getting nitpicky. And like honestly, this screenshot's fine. This one's fine, but like in previous episodes it was bad. But with this new opening, with this new title sequence, they just proved that, like, yeah, this is better. I don't care how many times I have to see. I don't care how many times we reuse this and save time, but dude, I can't. This thing's so good. And the fucking beat drop, bro. The fucking beat drop for the title sequence, dude. I swear, dude, just this shit. I can't. That beat drop right there, it's so fucking good. I could rewatch it constantly. But the problem is I can't play the music right now. I wish I could. I wish I was able to use the opening for my latest video review at the end instead of the Persona music I played. But oh my gosh, man, it's so good. I can't. And I know I hate people just reviewing episodes saying, "Oh, this is so good. Oh, this is so good." But honestly, just everything about the OP is so good. Like, you can't really like say much about it that's like beyond just. And oh my gosh, the choice to make the freaking window tiles be just and Bluebird, funny. Bluebird opening up to magic school, Bluebird being Roxy introduced the concept of the magic school. Oh, symbolism, am I right? Oh, I don't really care too much about that, but oh, good touch, I guess. For those of you who like symbolism, cool. I don't. Hand holding is OP. Oh my gosh. But anyway, this walking animation with all of like the window tiles and the floor tiles just going through all the different past events of just, oh my gosh, I can't get enough of this. The direction here is so fucking good. It's so gorgeous too. And I'm so happy they actually have something on YouTube where it's just without the credits. They have a version of this opening without the credits. There's so many wallpaper-esque shots like in this opening. It's ridiculous. I can't get enough of this opening. Now there are but the birds. I love the birds. They are very nice. There is one thing. They're Rudy's 3 chicks. Okay, dude. The 3 chicks of the show. Great. The one issue that I have with this opening is that there is not enough Sylphy. That is the only thing. Now, I can't believe this went over people's head with the freaking girl on the bed. I mean, guys, if you can't put 2 and 2 together, you're fucking dumb. I can't, dude. Some people didn't think that this was Sylphy. And just some random girl just symbolized it in his ED. I'm like, the figure is exactly like Sylphy. It's the white hair. It's just a combination of the white hair, bro. Like, come on. That's not Sylphy? Are you fucking serious? Whatever, man. Whatever, you know. I don't know. Maybe it is just a random woman symbolized like on the bed symbolizing his ED or whatever. But I don't know. Look who he is, Invisible Man who hasn't uploaded in 3 weeks. True. Yes, I'm lazy as fuck. And editing a video and script writing like the last video takes 3 days to do. Fuck that. I can't do that again unless I'm extremely motivated. It's tough. It's really tough. But like just doing the stream to catch up. Yeah, someone's calling me out on it. Holy shit. Finally. Anyway, yeah, this has to be Sylphy. There's no way this isn't Sylphy. Anyway. There was people thinking about Sarah being on the harem Lamau. Yeah, I get cucked. It's not a stupid like thing to think of, but like they got cucked hard. Like I had some mad feels for Sarah while reading the light novel, but I don't know. I've made a video on it. You know my base takes on that. It's whatever. It's fine, you know. So RBG RGB oh fucking hell. Anyway, fucking hell. Yeah, cool. I mean, the music pairs so well with this. I know RGB. Yeah. I'll get to the comments after I'm done talking about this OP, but it's great. I mean, granted, on the opening, there are just like typical anime walking in background and landscape. Stuff is important and all that stuff, but the music pairs so well with it. Why the fuck? And the big thing in Mushoku Tensei is showing the landscapes of different places and all that, and showing the whole city of Renoa. Yeah, Renoa. Fucking hell, it's right there. Showing the whole city of Renoa in this way is just, oh, it's great. I loved it, to be honest. So like, I know this is a very typical anime moment, but yeah, you know. And we already passed this part, guys, you're cucking at Volume 7 here. You didn't show this during Volume 7. I mean, I can understand why. A lot of it's school related shit. So a lot of it's school related shit. So I can understand not deciding to put this opening in the first first arc of the season. I can understand it because it's just like, oh, he's going to the school. Wow. I mean, if you watched any of the trailers that happened like before June, any of the trailers before June, it obviously spoiled all of this, but it's whatever. I was hoping to see the green copper roof in the OP. You're not gonna get it. Oh, fucking hell, I accidentally misclicked. That's whatever. We kind of know where I am. Anyway, yeah, floor tiles, getting a shot of all the different characters. Great shot here. I'm not going to stress on it any further. This shot, oh my gosh, man. I can't. I don't know. When you give the animators at Studio Bind time to animate, obviously they had to rush a few bits in the previous episodes, but when you give them time to animate, dude, it works so well, man. I can't, dude. I can't. And there's I don't know if they're gonna have more OPs, since they have like an opening title sequence that like is perfectly in sync with this with Lawnman, but or Spiral, Longman Spiral, or whatever. I think this song's called Spiral. When you have this whole opening sequence that's really good, and you just have that time synced with Spiral, I don't think we're going to get another opening, which sucks, to be frank. But hey, if we have to sacrifice 2 more openings to get something like this, 2 more opening songs for me to listen in the background to get this, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. This is great shit. Oh, fucking hell. There. The fucking spacebar for some reason dragged me down. Anyway. So, yeah, shot of random ass characters. Yeah, cool. Bro, why didn't you do this in the fucking in episode 3? Or episode 2? I think it was episode 2, right? Whatever. Why didn't you do this shot in episode 2? Like, you didn't show him, like, getting her out of there, like, at all. Man, like, oh my gosh. Again, when you give the animators time to animate, bro. Fucking hell, dude. Redbird, let's go. Shut the fuck up. Fucking Tsundere fan bullshit. Anyway, burb. Enough of the burbs. Studio Bird. Oh, bird. There's your bird. There's your bird right there. Bird. Again, random spots. Oh wow. Greenbird. Yes. Greenbird's the only one that should get any acknowledgement. Only one that deserves any acknowledgement. There you go. Good shot there. And then we ended on this shot right here, which is great. Great fucking shot. Good ass wallpaper to have. I mean, you can go onto YouTube and get rid of these credits, because it's in a language that we don't understand, and plus it's not wallpaper worthy if you just have random subtitles on there. But yeah, we'll get another OP next core. I'm not talking about the next core. I'm talking about just this core in particular, because we had multiple opening songs in the season 1 in the same core. So when you have that, it's a little. When you had that in the first season, it gets a little conflicting, a little confusing when it comes to season 2. We're probably not gonna get another opening this season. Sorry, or this core, and we had multiple in season 1, core 1 and core 2, but yeah. Like usually we'd be switching OPs between like volumes or particular arcs. So when we went from like training Eris to being in the Demon Continent, I think we switched OPs then, or we went from Rudy's family life when he was like what, 4 or before then, and then we switched OPs. We switched OPs immediately when we got into Eris's. Got to Eris's place. I think that's the case. But when we switched from volume 7 to volume 8, a sharp contrast between tones. We did not change the OP at all. and it was fitting. It was fitting in volume 7, and somehow they made it fit in volume 8 as well. Two very conflicting volumes, very conflicting tones, very different tones, but yet they use the same OP for it, and I love it, frankly. But I don't know. We're not gonna get another one. It sucks. Anyway, yeah. Let me catch up on the chat here. Okay, that's a 15-second clip comment. Philip know that there is familiarity spawned on the altar for 20 gems. Man, I really need to read chat at the same time as I'm doing this. Because I'm losing all the context here. There was people thinking about SRV and harem. I already talked about that. Well, it's better than the past schedule, which was months, if I remember correctly. Huh. I was hoping to see green copper roof in the OP. Let me double check, see if I'm getting any copyright stuff here. No, I'm not. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. We're chilling. And I think that's really it. Red Burb is awful. True, dude. Need to live chat here because it's not showing some of these. Is it me, or is Mushoku's chapter uploads are slower than Grand Blue's chapter uploads? Manga? They usually are really slow. But anyway, we're only in episode 5, and we just finished the opening sequence. Like, we have a lot of stuff to go through. Anyway, I mean, okay, so this guy right here, was it Julius? I forgot. I need the subtitles. Fuck, man. Genius. Fucking hell. I'm so bad with names. Anyway, Genius. I thought he was gonna be a lot younger. For some reason, I imagined him to be like having gray hair, but not completely gray, and not being this old. But I don't know. They made him a Dumbledore figure, but without any of the importance, you know? Without any of the significance. I'm sorry, are we going to be watching the Mushoku episodes you haven't talked about? We're going to skim through all of them, and I'm going to be giving my thoughts on all of them. Just catching up on stuff I missed. I just need record of this in my freaking YouTube channel, honestly. Now, before we continue, this is probably is it my favorite arc? The university arc is definitely one of my favorite arcs in the entire show. I think only second to Turning Point 4's arc. I think that's the only time that like it got surpassed, in my opinion. Because I am a big fan of the slice of life that they do here. I think the slice of life that they do in here is fantastic. Then again, I think probably my the slice of life that happens afterwards got lost in translation when I was reading translations of unofficial translations of the web novel. So maybe it got lost in translation with comedic bits landing and all that. And maybe it's just because I was streaming my reading and I was distracted most of the time, maybe. I don't think I was distracted most of the time, but whatever. But this is, I think a lot of the comedy lands in this arc. A lot of the jokes land in this arc. A lot of the emotional bits hit. I love this arc, and I'm so happy what they did with episode 7. I'm so happy with what they did with episode 7. It's a good sign of things to come, and I can't fucking wait for it. Holy shit. They actually did it, guys. I can't. Okay, we'll get there when we get there. Holy fuck. Anyway. Genius takes them to oh yeah, this fucking shit. He's like, oh, again, this arc landing with the comedic bits. It's like, ah, yeah, I got someone who's mentally ill and I want to find a cure for them. I'm only asking this for a friend. It's like, oh, you're really admirable, are you? It's like, yeah, he just wants to be horny again, guys. Weird. I thought a genius would be much older. I don't know. I thought he was like, I thought he was old, but not like to the point where all of his hair is gray, you know? I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. Slice of life afterwards is better, in my honest opinion. I've read the volume 13 light novel. I've read the volume 14. Volume 14 doesn't have much slice of life. Everything's like important in there. But volume 13 is like the hint of slice of life that I get after this arc. And I'm including volumes 8 to 11 in terms of like this arc. This arc is like volumes 8 to 11. I think volume 12 is like its own thing. But and like the end of volume, near the halfway of volume 11 and volume 12, it's like kind of its own arc. It's kind of in its own thing. It's kind of in its own bubble. But everything before that, from volume 8 to that point, I consider this an arc. But mainly based on the location, because they're not going to leave this location for a while. Anyway, I again, comedic bits landing. I made a whole ass meme about this. I fucking love this scene. People are really mad about. Hold up. People are really mad about the freaking wall behind Sylphy not being damaged from like the one. First off, in the light novel, he fired one bullet, one earth cannon thing. Rock cannon, whatever. He fired one, and it fucking damaged the back. And they explained in the light novel that this is all the walls, all the bricks here are made with like a reinforced magic bricks that's like magic resistant, so it's very repellent of any damage. And Rudy just fucking blasted that shit. He fucking blasted it. Now they didn't show it in the anime. They didn't show it, and to be frank, I think it's fine. I think it's fine to exclude that. I mean, it doesn't take too much time. I think maybe it was, you don't really know the significance of that wall behind her being blasted. You don't really know the significance unless they explain like the lore behind the university and all that, and that takes time. Showing the damaged wall behind her doesn't take much time, but explaining like how powerful Rudy is by doing that, it's a bit much. I mean, we'll see how powerful he is later episodes. I mean, I don't think they're going to be able to skip that part that I'm referring to. Again, I'm trying to avoid spoilers. They definitely show how powerful he is later, so I'm not too worried about it. As long as he does one stone cannon during that move, I'm fine with it. One stone cannon for the following scene. Chat, please do not spoil it. Chat, please do not spoil it. I'm not really mad about the wall not shattering. It's a minor nitpick for me. And he blasted the wall while using his weaker stone cannon. He wasn't aiming to kill. Yeah, I know. It is pretty obvious that he had full control over this. He killed a dragon in 10 seconds. That's just showing off. Hey, man. Like, sometimes you need to be reminded how OP people are. You know. I wanted them to have Sylphy stare at Elise for like 3 to 5 seconds. They got a brief moment of that. Fuck. Where was it? They had a brief moment of it. When was it? Fucking hell. Anyway, there was a scene later in the show where Elise was like, where Rudius mentioned Fitz and mentioned how like he was like a dude or something, and then she kind of just like scoffed at it, so kind of hinting towards something there, but I don't know. You should be hesitant of killing people, and here he shot multiple shots, but he missed all of them. He missed all of them. Obviously avoiding Sylphy. They were all weaker. Yeah, but if any of them actually hit Sylphy, she was dead. Okay? Don't kid yourself. Okay? Throwing a rock at someone is very, it's gonna hurt a lot. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, like fucking blasted. Anyway. I like this. I mean, not much different from the light novel, and delivery was on point, so I'm not gonna complain too much about this scene. It was great. I made a whole meme again. I made a whole meme about it, and that shows you how much I love this scene. Anyway, yeah, I don't care for this. Oh yeah, this was the scene right here. Fucking hell, I think it was. Oh no, she was just simping over Luke. Why would you simp over Luke, Elnalise? Elnalise has terrible taste sometimes. Sometimes she just has terrible taste. You know, she was in a Soldat. I can understand that. But Luke, bro. Like, come on. Come on. Bro, it's Luke. Bro, it's Luke. It's Luke. What the fuck is this, bro? Oh my gosh, yeah, fucking. Okay. Jeez, man, this is fucking hell. We're calling this Cure of the Erectile Dysfunction arc. Yeah. I consider this the Magic University arc. If you were calling it the ED arc, it would be shorter. But I'm calling this the Magic University arc, and the Magic University arc is one of my favorite arcs, probably my most favorite. But you know, we don't know. I call it the gay arc. Oh fuck yeah, true. He doesn't know that Sylphy is Sylphy's a girl, and he has some hints towards being attracted to her, even without revealing her identity. It's great. I love this. Oh man, the reveal of Zanova. Holy shit, I love this so much, bro. I told my brother, it's like I told my brother as we were watching this, I'm like, Giga Chat upcoming, and he's like, who are you talking about? I'm like, just Giga Chat upcoming, and I was like, I just said Giga Chat upcoming. It's like, is it her? Is it her? No. Is it him? Definitely not. Are you talking about Rudius? No. No. It's this guy right here. Big boy, big dick Zanaba. Holy shit, dude. Zanaba's just like me for real. Yeah, true. Everyone can relate to Zanaba, man. He's a very enthusiastic guy. He's a very, very big nerd. I mean, I don't think I can relate to him 100%. He sometimes takes it a bit too far, you know. And we'll get there when we get there, you know. It's a bit concerning. Introduction of her, it was a whatever. Linea's honestly a whatever character at this point in the show. Same thing with Persona or whatever. I forget the names. Fucking hell. Anyway, Cliff. They did a good job introducing him here. I have a feeling he's going to have more screen time as we get later on in the show. I think probably the next episode, episode 8, will probably highlight him a bit, but I'm not 100% sure here. Who cares about the animal minions? True. Who cares about the animal minions, man? Talking about Eris here. I mean, would you believe me? Would you believe me if I said that I haven't watched the OVA yet. I haven't even read it. I haven't experienced the OVA yet. I'm fucking stupid, aren't I? I'm fucking dumb. That's how much I hate Eris, bro. I don't hate it. But yeah, please no spoilers. Yeah, which OVA? No, the OVA with fucking Cliff and Eris. I did not watch that. I read the OVA of Bluebird. Huh. There was goblins. Yeah, true, there were goblins. Yeah, this is my confession. Heresy? Yeah, I know. This is my confession, guys. I am sorry. Don't mind though. I'm sorry if you guys are gonna get like. Here, let me cover up that gray bar at the bottom for you guys here. There you go. There you go. I made it a little bit bigger. I'm not gonna have this take up the whole screen because fucking go watch it yourselves, guys, please. It's a great show. Go watch it on Crunchyroll. Goblin Slayer is so confusing after watching the anime. Huh. Not a spoiler, saying they'll come out sooner or later. People don't know who that character is, so referring to him is not a good sign. It's not. It's a spoiler. It's a spoiler. I'm sorry. Any reference to later stuff that happens later is a spoiler. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, you had the best OP and ED of all of them. I'll have to watch it then. I'll have to watch it. I don't know if it's different. If it's different opening, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Oh no, it's not letting me scroll through with via this. Okay. Oh no, Eris moment. Eris moment. He shooketh, bro. Pirate time. If you can't afford it, I don't blame you, but I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it's a rabbit hole. I've learned this over time. Like, the only time I pirate anything, the only time I torrent anything is if nowadays, the only time when I torrent anything, I used to torrent all the time, but nowadays when I torrent, it's something like for example, with the latest Disney Plus, well, not the latest, but with the Disney Plus show Loki, I was streaming it on Disney Plus. I have Disney Plus like for like a month or something, and with this latest one, the compression was awful. For some reason, the compression was good for a second, and then longer than a second, it just went to shit, and then it just went really pixely. And the problem is, there's no settings tool on the freaking there's no settings tool on Disney Plus's player where it's like 1080p or anything like that, like it is for YouTube. YouTube's compression's great when it comes to stuff like this, but Disney Plus sucks. Same thing goes for Netflix. So, torrented Loki, watching picture perfect quality, great shit. Might be me being careless about spoilers, my bad. It's fine, dude, don't worry about it. It's not too heavy spoilers, but yeah, you're fine. The scene about Cliff saying it's small and Rudy is taking critical damage wasn't animated. True. I'm mad because he didn't mention that Eris said he was small. Yeah. Small in height? No. Small dick. I mean, I watch everything on Pirate. I don't find it wrong unless it's about smaller creators. That is, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, one person pirating a popular show doesn't really, doesn't really mean anything financially for these companies. But the problem is, if you want to support a show, you want their metrics to go up. So watching a show, like if I want a Loki season 3, for example, I'm going to be watching Loki season 2 as it's airing, and numbers go up, and they're like, oh, they want more. Yeah, you get what I mean. And eventually, hopefully, when this writer's strike is done, writers and actors will actually get a share of the profits, share of the revenue that these streaming companies make off of their success. So hopefully, over time, we have, if you stream something, it'll actually support the creators, hopefully, instead of just supporting, like, I mean, I don't think Crunchyroll's gonna have it so where, like, you watch Mushoku Tensei and then, like, a share of, like, the revenue made from your subscription based on the watch time they have on Mushoku Tensei goes to the creators. I don't think that's going to happen in a long ass time, maybe 30 years, maybe 20 years, honestly, because the way things are in Japan, it's fucking ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. Too bad I don't support Crunchyroll, neither their translators. I support, okay, if you're going to talk about the translators, like censoring stuff, if that's an issue, I don't see it I don't think it's too big of an issue. It's very minor. It's very minor. They do a great job, honestly, being able to simulcast and get things out very quickly, and being able to do simulcast dubs is also a great feature, especially for someone with especially for someone who's dyslexic. It's very great to be able to watch shows dubbed as it's airing. It's so good. I appreciate that feature a lot. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm getting really sidetracked here. Anyway, so as we're going along in this show, like we're getting some this is a slow bit here, like Zanaba explaining, like silent is not here or whatever. I mean, yeah, cool. I wish they actually showed the class with the what was it? I wish they showed the class with the special students, but they didn't. Not too big of a deal, so I'm not that mad about it. I'm not gonna read the light novel. I'm not used to it. Oh, that's why is that why we don't have No Game No Life season 2? I think that's probably just like a circumstance thing. I don't think it's because it was not successful. I think they sold plenty of merch. I mean, for the little amount of merch that they made available, they sold pretty well. So I don't think it's that. But yeah, I don't know. What do you mean silver XP recommends? Okay, I don't even. That's not my talk. So yeah, just showing around. I mean, fucking hell, what the hell is he even doing? You know healing spells are a thing, right? What the fuck is this? What are you doing, bro? Just heal him. What the fuck is this, bro? Sylphy, get over here. This man is in pain. Oh man. My dream game, my fucking dream game is a Hogwarts Legacy, but for Mushoku Tensei. I know Mushoku Tensei is getting a video game, but I know it's not going to be the same scale of Hogwarts Legacy. If we get a Hogwarts Legacy-esque fucking Renoa Magic University shit, or adventure party sort of thing, I'd be so down for that. Holy shit, the magical components, like, because I imagine me playing as like one of these NPC characters and just doing duels and shit. It'd be so fun, but fuck, man, we're not gonna get that. Anyway, new Sylphy scene upcoming. Hello there. Again, all the scenes with Fitz or Sylphy is really good. Their chemistry is on point. I can't overstate how much I fucking love these scenes. Their chemistry is so good. I love it. Anyway, it shined through it just through the text in the light novel, and I'm so glad that they managed to translate it to anime form so well. I love it. Anyway, Overwatch taught me not to heal the I need healing spammers, so I understand the doctor. Fuck off, dude. Fuck off, man. No. The Mercy's not healing the Genji. Oh, fuck. Anyway, yeah. Again, this scene's really nice, really cute. Like, I mean, every single scene with her is just cuteness and a half. I can't understate that. Anyway, having food similar to Japan but not tasting as good is basically the essence of any food that he finds in this world. He's just like, oh, I found rice. It kind of sucks. Fried chicken. It kind of sucks. It's all right, but it's like fast food. It doesn't taste that great. It's like, well, yeah, all right, yeah, get disappointed. Sylphy is from the Speedwagon bloodline. She's a top tier waifu. True. I smile every time Sylphy's on screen. Dude, I can't understate how good episode 7 was, but again, we'll get there when we get there. We're almost done with episode 5, so we're almost there. Also, Luke's a bitch, bro. Holy shit, I hate Luke. Oh my gosh, fucking hell. There's a reason why in my latest meme that I made his head go over the annoying and go over the voice of the annoying wrestling manager Paul Heyman. He's like a squirmy little fucking rat. I fucking hate him, bro. He sucks. Luke is so pathetic. Exactly. Fuck him. Exactly. He sucks. Why do I hate him? Because reasons. I don't fucking know. Fuck you. And honestly, for those of you thinking that this is like for me noticing like something, like knowing something that happens in the future and thinking that like that's why I hate Luke. No, it is just Luke. Like, I hated Luke since the beginning of this arc while witnessing it for the first time in the light novel. I don't know why I hate Luke so much, but that's a spoiler. Right there. This is an example of a spoiler. Don't be like Philip, okay? Don't be like Philip right here. That's a spoiler. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? Thank you. Punchable attitude. True, exactly. And he's getting all these girls even though he has no charisma at all, and he's fucking, I don't know how the fuck he's doing it, bro. Yeah, but it was funny though. Oh my gosh. Luke isn't mid, he's negative. Yeah, dude, Luke is just mid. Dude, you don't understand. Luke is just trash. He goes out with random women, always goes through like a cycle. It's like, date a girl for a week, push over to the side, next one. Date a girl for a week, push over to the side, next one. Like, and these girls don't fucking learn for some reason. It's like, I fucking hell, bro. Like, they're just hoping to fucking like eventually, like at some point. They're hoping like at some point. I don't know why they get their hopes up. Like, bro, real life normie's pathetic. I don't know, dude. Like, seriously, dude. But it's the weekly cycle that he does, bro. It sucks, bro. It's not just like a yearly cycle or something like that. It's like a week. Like, you see, like two girls. Like, he's probably dating both of them. But again, these girls are going to be pushed over the side, and once you see him again in later episodes, it's going to be two brand new girls, two different ones. Like, I'm gonna be nah. I detest Luke. And he's like, oh, you forgetful bitch. It's like, oh, so Sylphy told you of the Rudy situation of him not knowing that Sylphy is, well, Sylphy. Fitz is Sylphy. Because, like, Fitz told me you're really forgetful, huh? It's like, oh yeah, I don't know what that means, bro. It's like, cool, bro. Nice. Or forget. Oh, no. I know what you meant by forgetful. What Rudy's interpretation of forgetful is, I remember now. It was he was forgetful, and he thought that Fitz referred to him as forgetful, meaning that didn't repay him for that. Rudy didn't repay Fitz for the embarrassment of the duel or whatever. It's like, okay, dude, yeah. Rudy is being clueless again. I mean, throughout the series, we're going to see Rudius being clueless a lot, but I think this arc has a really good, healthy balance of Rudius being like completely oblivious. Like, he has good reason to be oblivious about Fitz not being Sylphy. White hair, grown up, just not this, doesn't look anything like her younger self, honestly, other than the fact that she's an elf. I mean, the behavior, the mannerisms kind of allude to that, but again, it's just Rudius being an idiot, and I think like it's a good healthy balance here in this arc, but it gets egregious at points later on in the series, and yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Again, it's why I think the slice of life here is like the best it's ever gonna be in this series, but I don't know. Can't wait to see more from him so I can hate him a bit more. True. Luke is just a piece of shit. Was neutral on him until light novel 17. Lol. Nah. Luke is the closest thing they have to a rock star. True. Yeah. He's just like the freaking rock star, the groupies. He's like, we got groupies over here. It's only for Luke, bro. It's like, oh man. It's like, you're touring or something? They're like, no, word can get around here pretty easily. It's like, what? How does this keep happening to you? Oh yeah, it's just a common occurrence, bro. I'm like, okay, dude, okay. He has no reason to believe Fitz is Sylphy. I don't know why people don't get that. True, like they look completely different, other than like the mannerisms and like the allusions towards like her knowing Rudy. And like the master being Rudy, like constantly laughing about like, oh, who's like your role model, who's like this person that helped you, and it's like, oh, funny. It's cute, but like it shows how stupid Rudius is at times. But I think it's perfectly fine to have that. It's frustrating for people. It's frustrating for people watching the show, and they're like, oh, just when is it going to get revealed? But it's a tease. It's a tease. This tease gets better and better and better as it goes along. They're not going to stress on it for the entire story. That would be ridiculous. So it gradually gets more and more closer to it being like an actual getting closer and closer to the reveal. We'll see this later on in this core. It gets closer and closer to the reveal, and the payoff's great. So like, I have no complaints about this. Other stuff happens as the build-up's happening, so you can focus on other stuff instead of just this like oh, who is Fitz, that sort of question. Instead of just stressing on that the entire time, there is other stuff to focus on. So I think this arc always finds something to put front and center, always find something new to put front and center to distract you for a bit as it develops things in the background. And I think this arc is perfect for that. I love it. Anyway, we're done talking about Luke. I mean, oh my gosh, this girl. Okay, this gorilla chick, my brother pointed out that like her voice is extremely annoying, and I agree with that 100%. Everyone knows it's on purpose. Everyone knows that this voice is supposed to be annoying on purpose, but it's a bit too much, isn't it? It kind of got ear grating a bit. I mean, holy shit, bro. Okay, we're gonna turn down the music here, and we're gonna have this scene play out a bit, because it's so fucking good. I gotta make sure to show only a short bit of this, so give me a second here. Let me line this up. Let me line this up here. Okay. All right. Sylphy. Okay, you're just a normal cute girl, right? You're just a normal cute girl. there's not you're pretty bland surface level, you know. You're pretty surface level. You're just a cute girl that everyone enjoys, right? You got nothing else going for you. You're not as badass as Eris. You're not as knowledgeable as Roxy. You're kind of just mid. Like, I don't know. You don't really you're cute, but you don't have really much else going for you. Oh, so you're a Sylphy doubter, huh? I see. I see. Hold up, man. Oh, fuck.
彼は悪くないと言っているだろう。いいからその手を離せ。フィッツ様。それともここにいる全員医務室送りになりたいのか。
And they all did exactly what she said. She is badass, dude. I can't. When she wants to be, she is very intimidating, and she is badass at points. W. Just W. Oh my gosh, bro. She's so good. I can't, dude. This is why. When she needs to be, when she needs to be like a certain persona, when she needs to get a point across, she does whatever it takes. And I fucking love it. Oh, it's so good. I love this. Anyway, let's mute this so I don't get like audio clippings or anything like that. Anyway. And then this scene right here. Oh my gosh, man. I love this scene to death, bro. It shows the importance of Rudy and then impactfulness of Rudy's friendship with Sylphy. It shows how it shaped her over all this time, and just indirectly not revealing the identity. It shows like how much like she learned from her short amount of time with Rudy. And remember, this is like the beginning of her life. Like, she shouldn't be able to like remember all this stuff that well, but that Rudy's friendship with Sylphy made such an big impact. It shaped the way how she lived her life, and it's so good. I love this scene to death. And oh my gosh, this fucking shot, bro. You can't, bro. You can't, bro. Oh fuck. You can't do this to me. You can't. I'm sorry. Sylphy supremacy, okay? Alright. We have to make our mark now before anyone else is converted. Okay, for anime onlys, you are not a true Sylphy fan if you deviate from Sylphy at any point in this series. Commit now. Okay, this is the time when you commit. You're a true Sylphy. I like people who are converted to the Sylphy bandwagon. I like it. I enjoy it. We are a minority group here. We are a minority in the Mushoku Tensei community. We don't. It's not a thing, but it's so good. It's so good, bro. I love it. Sylphy is Mitch. Shut the fuck up. You fucking air simp. I swear. Okay. Good thing I'm a proud hat enjoyer. Like this fucking hat? You like this fucking hat? Like it? You like it, huh? Go fuck yourself. One thing I have to complain about, Ami, put a fucking Sylphy figure on your store. Holy shit, bro. How many episodes have we had with Fitz by now? How many episodes? How many? Excuse me, bro. Like, can you please put a Sylphy figure on your fucking store? Like, holy shit, bro. The budget for me right now with a Sylphy figure is $200. Anything more than that, I'm not gonna get. But if it's less than that, I'm fine. I need something better than this fucking Roxy figure, okay? I need something better than that, okay? All right? Okay. It can't be ecchi, please, for the love. It has to be this version of Sylphy right here. It has to be. I can't. Oh my gosh. Buy an Eris figure when she grows up. Sure. Without Sylphy, there can be no Eris. You have anime only Eris simps, you know that, right? Like that's a thing, right? Like they're independent of each other. It's a thing. People like for some reason anime only Eris simps like little girls. I don't understand, man. I don't understand. I don't get it. They're fucking weird, dude. I don't know. Uh, no way. Okay, dude. Anyway, and then if in case you weren't satisfied enough with that scene as an Eris simp, as a Sylphy simp, as I meant to say, fucking hell. Anyway, as a Sylphy simp, if you weren't like satisfied enough with that scene, you know, uh, got this fucking OP, ED. Sorry, Harrison. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Okay, I misspoke. I misspoke. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Anyway, as a Sylphy simp, you get this ED. I teared up the first time I watched this at ED. I am sorry. I'm just that damn. I'm sorry, okay? It's a very good song. I love it, okay? It's a very good song. It's not as good of a song as the opening. But the emotional impact of this ED is better than the opening. The opening's more cool. It's nicer to look at. It's nicer to listen to and see, but the emotional impact of this one, if you're a Sylphy simp, it is fucking fantastic. And with all the context that happens in this core, you will look back on this ED with fucking fireworks in your eyes, bro. This ED is fucking great. I cannot stress enough. I feel like if I talk too much about this ED, it'd be spoilers for the core. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But holy shit, I fucking love this shit. I love it. It's so good. A great ED for a guy with ED. True. My friend who's an Eris fan liked this ED a lot. Yeah, it's a very good ED, but the emotional impact was heavy on you with the context of this core and when this core finishes. It is fucking great. Anyway, next episode. Oh, this one. Yeah, I was getting some screenshots for the tier list. Anyway, look at the description for what I'm going to be doing this stream. There's a lot to do. Yeah, we just finished one episode of this whole thing. I'm going to try to get a little bit faster here. I'm going to try to go a little faster here. Anyway, what are we doing here? Kind of boring part right here. Kind of mid. I don't remember this opening part too much, but where is she? 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 You fuck. There she is. There she is. I mean, we see this in episode 7, but oh my gosh, fucking hell, yeah. Cute Fitz jock. Yep. Yes. Dude. Identity compromised. If he looked in that direction, potential compromise on the fucking Fitz character. Okay, potential fucking this was a risky move right here, and the fact that they don't notice each other is like Sylphy didn't notice Rudius didn't notice Sylphy. It's the controversial episode. Yeah, I'll get to that. Same stretching, same runtime, cute, and it's purely based off of coincidence, as we learned in episode 7. Like Rudius mentioned like the importance of exercise and stuff, but the fact that she was able to come up with this routine by herself, like, again, it shows how much of an impact Rudius's friendship with her had on her. It's great. it's fucking great. I really don't get the controversy. I understand the controversy. I'll get to it later. I think there was a Reddit comment that I ran into that emphasized that part perfectly. Anyway, he's just researching, can't find shit on the teleportation disaster. And another cute Sylphy W. Oh my gosh, bro. I did it again. Cute Sylphy W. I can't. And plus, Eris is not cute. Don't give me that shit. She's intimidating as fuck. Anyway, she's scary. Another Sylphy W here. Let me turn back the music on. Another Sylphy W here. This scene was great. I can't get enough of this, to be honest. Like, oh my gosh. Not even a word said. It's just, I can't, dude. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm too much of a simp. I see Sylphy smile, and then I am like, this scene's amazing. Right there. This scene's amazing. Instant W. I'm sorry. I'm usually not this blinded by characters in the show, but Sylphy's like the only exception. Okay, Sylphy's the only exception. All right. We understand that. And then this fucking scene. This scene was so fucking good. Again, showing the impact of Rudius' friendship on her, and this shot, bro. This shot was so good, bro. This shot's so good. Like, I understand that. Let me make it larger. I understand that you can get that this face right here and this face right here needs a little touch up, but I'm pretty sure once we get a Blu-ray version, this shit will be reanimated, because this background is so good. This background's so good. I love this so much. Anyway, let's shrink this a little bit. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. Let's move on to the next scene here. Again, do I need to say more? Oh, fucking hell. I can't control myself, man. Cuteness overload. I'm sorry. I can't. Anyway. Zanoba struggling to make figures is a joy. It's sad, but it's a joy to watch. Zanoba is one of the funniest characters in this show. All of his bits land. All of his comedic bits land, and especially in episode 7, again, this is the part where I'm like, Zanoba is relatable at times. At times he's relatable. I don't know. Oh, why people hate slaves? I'm not familiar with the English, but it's. Yeah, I don't. I think that got lost. I think that comment got lost in translation. I don't know what you're saying here. When you start a comment with why people hate slaves, something's telling me you're being ironic here, because I don't understand it. I don't understand the rest of the comment because it got lost in translation probably. So. Sorry, but yeah, I don't know. It's fine. Yeah, I'm confused about that comment, but it's whatever. It's fine. I mean, like, a lot of people are confused about the slavery in this show, and yeah, it's a little distasteful, but it kind of recovered over time. But yeah, this is just. You were so close, Zanaba. Oh wait, that was fucking Rudius. Why did I? Yeah, Zanaba would not even get that. He would hold it in his hand and it would crumble as soon as he grabbed it. I don't know what I was thinking, bro. Why did I think that was Zanaba carving that shit? Why did I assume that? I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. He had so much hope in his eyes, guys. He had so much hope. People get a part-time jobs unpaid for experience. Oh, you're talking about like internships and shit? Yeah, internships are like fine. But like it's people compare it to slavery. It's not. But I agree that people should get paid for a job. Everyone should get paid for a job that they do. Unpaid internships are fucking weird, but yeah, people comparing it to slavery is fucking cringe, honestly. I feel bad for Zanaba. True. Hidden slavery. It's not the same, but I don't agree with the unpaid internships. But like when you work, let's say this: if you're working on a startup, the experience that you get from working in a startup is fucking like invaluable, honestly, especially in the software engineering space. It's when every entry-level job requests like you need to get like at least three years of experience to get this entry-level position. Internships are fucking great for getting your experience up, but like at the same time, I don't agree with being unpaid, but I understand that some companies like startups cannot afford to have paid interns, even if it's minimum wage. It sucks, but like I see it as it's a cruel reality that some companies have to face. But for companies like Google and shit doing unpaid internships, that's fucking cruel, bro. Stop it. Yeah, and then at that point you can compare it to the slavery shit, because that is just despicable shit right there. But other than that, yeah, whatever, it's fine. Slaves at least got free food and free housing, completely against their will, mind you. But whatever. And some places had to wear the same things as their masters. It's okay. Listen, when slavery is a thing, you know people will abuse that shit, because every single fucking time that there's slavery, bad stuff happens. Okay, if you put it like they get free food and free housing, yes, that is a very difficult thing to get here in the modern age, but that does not. But getting rid of your free will, getting rid of your ability to make your own decisions and ability to leave the work that you're doing is fucking atrocious. Slavery bad, but exactly, that's the fucking thing. I mean, like, I can understand what you're saying. Like, food and housing is very expensive nowadays, and we can get lost in the modern age very quickly, but like it's not it's stop. Just stop. It's not even worth bringing it up. It's not even worth debating. Could leave after a certain time of working under them. I'm sorry, but living as homeless in a world where homeless die. I know homelessness is a crisis that like that governments are corrupt as fuck and don't help the situation at all by limiting the amount of real estate some fucking billionaires buy. But like again, like it's fucking weird. There's a lot of steps to prevent this, but slavery is not one of them. Slavery is not one of them. It is not even close. Still can't difference between. Okay, I need to. If in Mushoku it's normal. Okay, again, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Okay, I'm gonna stop this argument. It's not even worth talking about anymore. I'm gonna just stop. All smartphones and current projects are made with slavery. Basically, yes. And it sucks that we don't have an option to pay slightly more for ethical product that's advertised well and seems to be like a clear and obvious option over a fucking Apple product, over a fucking iPhone. I know. It's despicable because, like, again, I compare it to like the unpaid internships and stuff, but Apple can't afford to pay their warehouse workers a lot more. So it's very unethical. Anyway, again, I'm not gonna talk about this too much any further. Anyway, they come to the conclusion with Sylphy that they need to get slaves. Sylphy, uncommon Sylphy L recommending slaves, but whatever. Again, I know it's normalized in the show. It is normalized in the show, and trying to show how normalized it is by like not even like Sylphy not even stuttering on the fact that they could just buy a slave. I understand that, but it's Rudius's reaction to it that really gets, because it's understandable for like everyone else to act normal around it, but Rudius, a person who used to come from the modern like a type of world like ours, it's kind of weird to see his reaction being so nonchalant until you get to Julie. It's very odd, and it was only until he got to Julie that it was sort of redeemed in a way. I know that, like, I know that the slavery bit was stressed on and done really well in season 1, where all like the little beast girls were held captive and taken away by these fucking human traffickers and shit, and he was just, everyone was disgusted. Fucking Rudyard was disgusted. Everyone, I think that part probably made Rudius like get over the fact that slavery exists, because that was like an egregious fucking thing that he witnessed. So going through that and just being whole nonchalant about reacting to all of this shit, like look at him, like, bro, he's like, oh, whatever. It's like, yeah, I know. Being all nonchalant about it, I think people forget that season 1 is a thing, and him witnessing like the harmful effects of slavery was already stressed on, so it's not a shock to him at all. But it's very distasteful that like they had happy music happen during this scene. That was an issue. Like we listen here.
っていうか、ルーデウス君経験あるんだ。
It's not sad music, it's not melancholy, it's okay. The lo-fi music is, it's very nonchalant music, and it's very just like not really like toned down. Like no music here would have been better, but sad music would have been too much because of the tone in this world. But no music would have been a better choice, and I can understand why people are saying like the high pitch nonchalant music is a bad choice here and makes this scene a little distasteful. That's where the controversy comes from. It's this scene in particular. People aren't arguing about the Julie shit. People aren't really arguing about the Julie shit because it was done pretty tastefully, and if people actually paid attention to how it was handled and how Rudius like talked to her, it was getting a different point across, and he did it. This scene was done tastefully, but everything before that, it was kind of sus, to be honest. I can understand why people are upset about it. All right, let me see here. I believe this world, the world economy is ran by slave trade. I understand why Rudius doesn't try to stop slave trade in businesses, but how can he participate? But how he can participate, I don't get. True. That is a situation where I think he considers considers buying Julie as saving the child because like she was gonna die otherwise. But and again in episode 7 they stress the fact that she can leave anytime she wanted to. They don't have like any restrictions for her on her, saying like she's not like they don't have any restrictions on her like preventing her from leaving and all that. Yeah, sure, Zanaba would be pissed off because like it's Zanaba and he's very in the royalty game sort of deal. Servants are servants sort of deal, and that's how he sees it for him. But but Rudy buying Julie is kind of like a point where she was gonna die if he didn't. So I can understand Rudy purchasing her because she was bad. She was in a bad situation. Now, why didn't he buy everyone? I don't think he was rich enough, probably. But honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Because if he bought everyone, let's go for the hypothetical that he bought every slave in that slave trade. That is going to increase the market for slaves tenfold, particularly child slaves tenfold. If he was just going to be a person who's going to buy every single child slave from these human traffickers, potentially. I know that like this wasn't particularly human trafficking, but we saw in season 1 that there is human trafficking involved with children. So if he bought every single child slave, that would show like, oh, there's going to be people who just buy child slaves no matter what condition they are. And that is going to add that's just going to make it a whole higher scale, and it's going to be dirty. But anyway, let me read the rest of these comments here. Remember first day when we went to the slave market? Good times. Fucking hell, dude. In Morocco, they weren't treated badly for the norm, of course. There are exceptions. At the time, being a slave was more luxurious than working for someone's business. It was forced work, but that's free employment for people with no life and the future, and we're offering opportunities for their kids, and now we're forced. Again, these are exceptions. These are exceptions to the grand scale of slavery. And if you go point to real life, you see a few situations where slaves were treated well, and then for every one that was treated well, you see 10 that die from it. Maybe not in Morocco, but certainly the United States. Slavery was really bad in Arabia back in the days, and America, yeah. But those were the scummiest places. Yeah, I can't really. Yeah, I know. Let's stop talking about this. True. Debating is informative. Slavery doesn't work in the modern world, though. It was Zanaba's money. True, it was Zanaba's money, but Rudius has his own money and he has his own morals, and he could have bought every single child slave. Like, I see some people debate about this, and it inflates the market. People are gonna, it's like, oh, we need the more supply. If you're going to get more supply in that slave market, oh man, that's gonna be bad. It'll increase demand more. I don't buy the why he's participating argument. Bro, you buy a phone which some parts are basically obtained through forced labor. Not the same, but I'm not gonna argue with that. It was Zanaba's family's money. They send him an allowance. Okay. Makes me think that we're the slaves mistreated, getting so okay. I'm not gonna fucking talk about this. Anyway, let's get back to the episode. Fun times. Anyway, right before this, let's get back to the part before this. Sylphy asking Rudius on a date indirectly. Guys, let's lift up the mood a little bit here. Fucking great scene. Again, oblivious Rudius talking with Sylphy, and Sylphy really trying to get the point across that he wants to go with him. And he was like concerned. He's like, hold up, bro. Did my heart just skip a beat or something, bro? Why was I struggling to invite him? Sort of deal. Okay, this. All right. The chat's being weird. Anyway, I've talked enough about this shit. Anyway, Rudy's conversation with Julie here was fucking great. It shows how cold Rudius can be at times. He was willing to kill this girl right in front of everybody if she wanted to die. And it's called 9 to 6. Why are you? Yeah, okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a. He's not. He's confused. Fuck. I'm losing track here. Fucking hell. This whole thing. Anyway. Fuck. Where was I? Man, the lo-fi music's getting crazy loud here. Let's turn this down a little bit here. Anyway, Julie's scene here is fucking great. It shows how cold Rudius can be at times, and while it is interesting to see that, like, Rudius compares her situation to his own in his past life. Relatively speaking, they're not the same thing. To the scale, to the degree of shit that Julie's in, it is not nearly to the same degree that Rudius was in his past life. Not nearly to the same degree, but the emotions are the emotions that they're feeling are very similar. And in that sense, Rudius can relate to it. The emotions are very similar. In that case, Rudius can relate to it. So he understood the fact that Julie was in a situation where there was a chance that she didn't want to live anymore. Honestly, with the amount of shit that she's been through, parents completely detaching from her and selling her to this random guy, and her being treated absolutely terribly. There is no life in her eyes at all. But seeing Rudius try to convince her to bring some life in her eyes through threatening her life, trying to get her out of this serious situation via serious means, it shows like how much he's willing to do, how much he's willing to risk to potentially save someone out of the rut that he used to be in. And I love this scene a lot. This scene was great. And then Julie being cute after was cool too. Yeah. This episode was good. This episode was good, but relatively speaking, it wasn't nearly as good as other episodes. You had a lot of cute scenes with Sylphy and Julie in this episode, but then again, I don't think that we had like nearly the same impact as the last episode did with with the important dialogue that was going on between Rudy and Sylphy at the end of episode 5. I don't think we ever reached to that level in this episode, so in that sense it's not nearly the same, but I still thought this was a good episode. A low hitter for this arc, but overall still good, did its job, and the Julie scene was good. All right, let's catch up with chat. Sylphy, I don't know, they got that big. Oh yeah, yeah. And then her being like nervous after the fact that he found out Rudy wasn't a virgin and actually had sex with someone else was kind of like yeah, that's weird. Did not expect that from him, but you know, whatever. People don't understand people choosing not wanting to live and getting their berserk arc. Fucking guts, dude. Yeah. He didn't want her. I honestly don't think that Rudius was going to actually kill the girl, but trying to get that point across was extremely important in order to convince Julie to keep on living and bring her back to life, basically emotionally. Putting her near the brink of her life and bringing her out of that was extremely important. And I think that's what Rudius was doing here. I don't think he was actually going to kill her, but like she was suffering a lot. And it makes sense for him to think that she would be suicidal. Anyway. Good shit. Mushoku Tensei. On to the next one. This scene cracks me up so much. Anyway, let's fucking get to the beginning here. Fucking hell. Oh man. Yeah. All right. Let's mute this here. Julie run. True. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here. Episode 7. They fucking did it. We got a POV change, baby. Yes. We got a POV change. Yes. They do it. They did it. They did it for important characters. Holy shit, bro. I'm so happy, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. And this is gonna really help for the romance moving forward if they keep doing this. If they keep doing this in the beginning of different episodes or in random parts of an episode, going to Sylphy's POV is going to get these points across very well. I thought they were going to skip parts like this. I mean, and this was a very very mundane POV like chapter or segment. It didn't really get too much across, but the fact that they did it for Sylphy is really a really good sign for the potential romance moving forward. Very good shit here. Very good shit. It's a great sign of things to come. I can't wait for it. Fuck yes, they did POV changes. Let's go. We can assume it's only for the important characters, but again, good sign. If I was Rudy, I would give her some bullshit advice I made up in 2 seconds. Give her a sword, send her to a swordsman school, and tell her something like "Get your revenge." Kill your parents. Easy clap. Yeah, I don't think that. I think that's a no. I hope they adapt the Eris extra chapter. I don't think so. They got a lot of stuff to do in the short amount of time for the rest of this core. They only got 5 episodes left. Anyway. Going through just going through this shows potential signs of more Ariel and Sylphy scenes without Rudius being there, and that is important moving forward for later on in this core. And again, I really like that. It's very good to have include scenes like this, and having her question like what exactly does she want their relationship to be. Obvious foreshadowing here, but it's very obvious foreshadowing there, but it's very good. I love it. I love it a lot. We're going through the opening again, but very surprising to see for those of you who are anime onlys. Very surprising to see that someone as like not that knowledgeable as Julie being able to go through and learn enchantless incantations within a month. Obviously, it's showing towards it's alluding to the fact that the doing it at an early age is like the key. Like Sylphy pointed it out or in an earlier episode about like, yeah, learning chantless incantations, like that was something that you can really only do in an early age. Otherwise, you're screwed. But yeah, seeing her being able to do that, very surprising, probably for anime onlys, and it was surprising for me as well. Not so much though, because like they were kind of like, it's either she knows chantless incantations or it's a bust. But it's still perfect size badonkas. Okay. And holy shit, I didn't think they were going to pull off the comedy in the scene that well, but whoever did the sound mixing for this scene deserves a fucking raise. The person who did the sound mixing for this got the chaos aspect of this done perfectly. And also, fucking whoever decided to get this shit in it was so good. Just let me get the subtitles back in here. Hyperventilating maybe laugh so hard. True.
の特徴は何と言ってもこの佇まい。そういえば、六神人形の方はどうしたんですか？個人がこ。
That fucking freeze. That fucking freeze. I love that so much, dude. And it was right after this that they went off the wall with the fucking sound mixing, bro. The fucking instant sweat, dude. Oh my gosh, yeah, dude. Instant sweat. Oh my gosh, yeah. I didn't expect the kidnapping part to go so well. Oh my gosh, whatever. We'll get there. Oh no, and then when they actually like revealed. Oh my gosh. I can't, dude. Oh no. Oh no. They did her dirty, guys. They did the Sylphy. They did the Roxy figure dirty, dude. Oh no. It's in pieces, bro. It's in pieces. And they managed to do again with the sound mixing. They make it so loud and so like fast paced, and it matches it perfectly, dude. I love this. I love this so much. They actually managed to like get the chaos aspect matching so well. I mean, like so well to the fact that you just completely forgot that he's simping over Roxy. Like honestly, it was just like they messed with they messed with the figure that he created. They messed with his art. They messed with his doing, bro. And Julie's getting the fuck out of there. Julie's gone. And Julie must be protected at all costs. True, honestly. Jeez, man, like there's about to be some mayhem going on, and showing that even Xanova is scared of what Rudy might do in response to this. It's like he might punish me. Oh no, please no. And Xanova is like so strong too, but it just shows like he doesn't care about the power dynamics here. He respects Rudy so much, he's willing to do anything for him, even if it means like humiliating himself for him. This is the worst than getting a graffiti treatment. At least it wasn't a Sylphy figure. Sure. Oh man, like him getting rid of. Oh my gosh, bro. Maybe I should change my thumbnail to this, bro. This is so fucking dumb. Getting the Griffith treatment. Ah, that makes sense. Yep. Terminator mode. Yep, you're done. You're done. Anyone in Rudy's way is gonna get completely clapped. And he even points out later that like, yeah, he could repair this figure very easily, but the insult of harming this figure is just an insult to his entire existence at this point. He is fed up. He does. Anyone who's responsible for this, no, they're gonna get clapped. It's just. Oh no, Julie, no. Oh no. Oh man, I love this scene so much. They managed to do this scene so well. I can't make a meme out of this. This in itself is a meme. I can't make a meme out of this. They made it so well here, and I hope this comedy lasts for freaking the for one of the memes I did later earlier on. The mafia boss one, you know. I hope they land the comedy just as well as they did here. This is perfect execution. You're not gonna get any fun. You're not gonna get any better comedy than this point here. Honestly, sound mixing, top tier. Comedic animation, top tier. Everything just worked really well together. I loved it. I loved it here. And oh my gosh, this smile is so menacing, dude. Oh my gosh, he's. Oh man, people say that there isn't many horror anime. This smile right here, there is horror in Mushoku Tensei. This smile proves it. They insulted Roxy. They must pay. They insulted Rudy's craft. They must pay. Rudy's entire existence. They must pay, dude. Anyway, going over here, just completely obliterating them. It even points out, like, man, Eris and Paul were probably way stronger than he initially thought. Yeah, they are. They are very strong people in this series. You don't fuck with them. You don't fuck with them. These people are considered, these beast girls are considered to be like pretty good in terms of combat ability, but they get clapped just by throwing a simple pebble at their head. Yeah. Okay, let me mute this. And they were so scared. One thing that I thought that they would animate or show in this anime is the fact that he doesn't give off a smell of lust at all. Like in the light novel they showed that like Persona and Rihanna, these two were able to smell people like lusting over them and shit. And they were very confused when they didn't smell that coming from Rudius. They were very confused, and they were like, and then only afterwards they're like, okay, we're good. And then it was only until that he left them in that room for like a day that they were tortured to death. But gay, I think that's later when they found out. No, they only found that like calmed down after Rudy said like groping was just an experiment. And then it was further proof of that when they smelled him and didn't smell anything getting off on that. They didn't smell him getting off of that, and they weren't concerned about it. It's like, okay, further reinforcement by the fact that he's telling the truth here. They just kind of in this show they kind of just trusted him on his word, which was, it's like, well, why would you believe him? It makes sense if they were able to smell lust at all. So yeah. Why are you gay? But yeah, I like this. It was having just Julie in here for no real reason other than just following Zanaba is hilarious. And again, the sound mixing here is fucking excellent. The fucking holy music, and they're all taking it seriously. I love this change because in the light novel they were like very confused until Rudius took it seriously. They were very confused, like, those are just panties, Rudius. What the fuck? And then after Rudius was just like, how dare you insult the holy relic? And they were like, they're fucking panicking afterwards. But I love this change, just being serious from the jump, just based off of him hyping this whole thing up. And it didn't matter what was inside there. They were just intimidated by this whole thing. It's like, this is the very origin of my religion here. And you fucked it up. You fucked it up. In the cafeteria, they say, oh, that's why we didn't smell lust or something like that. I thought they got that portrayed in the during that scene. Huh. Maybe they talked about it later, but I could have sworn that they got it later. Anyway. Anyway, good choice of sound effects here. Loved it. I honestly forgot what Sylphy decided to do to them. Like, I forgot about the marker stuff. I honestly forgot about that until, like, I thought I could have sworn that they just left them here just like suffering, and that was their punishment. But I remember now, the marker shit. I remember now. And this was weird as fuck, but you know, ecchi show, you know, it's a thing. It's a thing that happens. I love the Beast Girls looking at Zanaba and Julie, seeing them scared made them even more scared. True. And yeah, just just having Sylphy have like the street smarts to like intimidate them, and being able to like come up with a tactic of having them be very ashamed of what they did with the Eris figure with the Roxy figure is very, very smart, very good. Shows how reliable Sylphy is in situations like these. And I loved it. And yeah, I think that's basically it. Oh, no. I forgot that was this scene in the light novel? I don't think it was. I don't actually. I think it was. But showing the fact that like Sylphy's on Rudy's bed and she was like willing to do it then and there, but she knew it wasn't really the right time. It was kind of not the right moment for her to reveal her identity. But yeah, it wasn't time. It wasn't exactly the right time, and she knew that. Or she was too nervous too. And either way, adds the drama a bit, you know. It stirs the pot a little more. Ending the episode on that. Good choice. And that's it. That is everything. And now let her cook. Yeah, let her cook. Let her cook. The Dolly girls didn't convince me as a comedic duo in the novel, but I do like them here. They're a lot less annoying in the when I had the Texas speech thing go off in the web novel, going with the nyas and the meows and all that stuff, it was very annoying, and I thought it was going to be annoying when they have like people do voice lines of that in the show, but it managed to do pretty well. I'll have to watch the since I don't understand like Japanese at all, like it probably just flew over my head. So maybe when they get to the maybe when I watch the dub, it might get a little more annoying, but we'll see when that happens. We'll see it when that happens. Anyway, now that that's done, let's delete this and bop. Tier list. Let's go over here and rank them. All right, so episode 0. I think episode 0 was all right. We didn't have that much. We had, it was a Sylphy centered episode, but I think there weren't many impactful moments, and I guess like the animation was good, but I don't think it was paced that well. I thought this, looking back on it, I think this episode was kind of it was too long. It was too long. They shouldn't have dedicated an entire episode to Sylphy's backstory here. And I think like all the stuff with Ariel's politics and shit is a bit redundant. Like you can get the point across very simply and very like quickly, and you don't need to go through like trying to get us. And she was getting assassinated or something, and that's why they left. You could have revealed that later. Like maybe in the second core, maybe, or maybe later on, when Rudy gets more like establishes a closer relationship with Ariel. Maybe it would be important then to reveal the reason why she's in the Magic University instead of just showing it here. But I think like overall, in the overall structure of the season, I think it kind of adds a detriment to the show. And I think it was kind of a waste of time. There were moments in there where I thought it was good, but I think relatively speaking, we're giving this a C tier. It's not a C tier in comparison to like other shows. In terms of general anime, it's not the same as. It's not the C tier is not the same as like a normal anime C tier, but in terms of Mushoku Tensei, I think it's a C tier. I think D tier is reserved for like actually bad episodes, and C tier is just like meh, it's all right, and then B tier is above average. A is like it's very good, and S just peak. And I honestly think we don't have any peak episodes here. I don't think we have any peak episodes in terms of Mushoku Tensei content. If we're going to talk about peak episodes, we talk about in terms of peak episodes, I think we talk about mainly Turning Point 2 being a peak episode. We talk about the fucking Paul and Rudy Paul and Rudy episode in season 1 as a peak episode. I don't think we have any real peak episodes here, even though that this is extremely emotional. Episode 1 was extremely emotional. I don't think we really get to the point where it's considered like a peak fiction sort of deal, you know. There are moments in this series where we reach above this point, and that's why I say I don't think we're gonna get much better than that. This episode, it's between a B and an A for me. I think this episode did really well in terms of pacing the not in particularly pacing the individual Soldat scene was very good, but the rest of the episode's pacing was a bit trash, so probably gonna put it in C tier. Honestly, it was a bit weird looking back on this episode. I did not enjoy it as much as I did with other episodes, but you know, it's all right. Episode 3, I think they did very good. I think they did a very good job getting the point across about Rudy's ED, establishing that fact and making it a lingering conflict in this show. I do not think that it's I do not think it is very much S tier because again we've reached higher points in this show before, and I think the exclusion of many point of views from Sarah kind of makes a detriment to this episode. I mean, viewing this from an anime only perspective, you wouldn't notice that, but you know it can be better. As someone who's read the light novel, you know it could be better. And even if you included that, I don't think it gets nearly to the same emotional level as we do get in later on in this season. So yeah. Basically every episode would be an A or S compared to general anime. No, I think if you compare like C tier, I think you just move everything up a tier in terms of general anime. I think you just move everything up a tier, and then S would be S plus, and yeah, above and beyond. I think that's general. If you did general anime, I don't think everything would range A to S in general anime. I just finished Mushoku Tensei Volume 8, Volumes 8 to 23. Nice, dude. I have not read past Volume 14 in the light novel, so good job. I've read the rest in web novel, so nice. Yeah, episode 0 does feel like an afterthought. It was meant to be between two cores, yeah. No, I think is good because volumes 10, 11, and 12 are fire. I think episode 1 would break the pacing. I think I don't think you need to show everything that you showed in episode 0 to get every point across from it. I think you do it much faster, similar to how they adapted volume 7. I think you could do it a lot faster, get the main points across, and you'd be fine. All right, and episode 4, I think this is where we get to the mid Mushoku Tensei, like slightly above mid, but still mid. It's all right. The comedy landed, obviously, but there were a few points in this episode where the animation actually, like, this is the only episode where the animation actually, like, detracted from the show. Because you just see, like, Rudius with his forearm fucking going berserk, and the hands being, like, giant clumps of lard. And then it detracted from a lot of scenes a lot, but yeah, that's a bit nitpicky. Overall, this episode didn't cover too many important details. I think that the main thing that prevents this from getting a C tier is honestly the interactions between Ellen Elise and Rudius. Again, their dynamic is great, and I loved it. And this has the most of that out of anything. Again, the comedy brings this up to a B tier. Come on, Itagami episode. Every time he appears, something is cooking. This is like the least impactful Hitogami appearance, honestly. I'm gonna lower the volume a bit more here. Let me know if it's getting a bit if the music's getting a bit distracting, or if you want me to raise it up a little bit. Now Rudy is helping. Rudy is dueling Sylphy. I think this episode was good. I think the end of the episode made it very good, but I don't think it reached nearly the same emotional level. It's mainly build up. It's build up. I think this is like a high B tier, but I don't think it reached like the A tier like level. I don't think it reached that level. I think we're almost there. We are almost there with this, but you gotta include like the OP. If you include the OP's inclusion, this is easily an A tier, and the ED if you include that. But like with that, if you're just judging the episode by itself, it's an A. It's a B tier. It's a high B tier. A slave episode. Honestly, my discussion with you guys kind of brings it down to a C tier. Honestly, it's like there was like there was a bunch of cute scenes, and then there was like that weren't nearly as impactful as like what you got in here, but like you had one good scene with Julie, and the rest was all right. It was good. So I think it's slightly better than that episode. I think there's a huge gap between here and here, but I think it's still above mid. Again, in Mushoku Tensei standards, it's a bit above mid. Above this too. Production wise, it was good, but I don't think like there was anything too crazy here other than the Julie scene. Low B tier in my opinion. That's fair. Besides the forearm scene, the animation was peak. The dragon animation was good. People called it like just a flying dildo, or not even a flying dildo, because people were complaining that it wasn't flying, but people were just comparing it to like a dildo. I didn't see that. I thought the dragon fight scene was good, animated well, but like there's so many things like that are like fast motion scenes in that particular scene, so you don't notice it that much. But when you're freezing for a long time looking at Rudius's forearm pulling out a letter, it's kind of, when you freeze on a character, when you freeze on a bad frame for a long period of time, it detracts. And when you have a lot of those in a row, it detracts. Why would you freeze though? What do you mean? Why would you freeze? I'm saying it because it's like a dialogue scene, and to save time in terms of production, they typically have a lingering shot in dialogue scenes, because like they're just talking. There's not much action to animate. There's not much movement to animate, other than lip flaps and stuff. So yeah, that's what I mean by freezing. I mean, they're not literally freezing, but I'm saying like the shot is frozen. I'll get into this when I talk about Horimiya, about like the importance of having like having still shots and stuff. But later in the stream I'll be talking about Horimiya. But yeah, it got a little grating. This comedy was so good. The comedy in this episode was so good. It has to be an A tier. I'm sorry. It's not emotional by any stretch of the imagination. It's not nearly as an emotional episode, but the comedy landed so well. The audio gags, the visual gags, the instant sweat, the immediate freezing of the dialogue. Zanaba's comedic delivery was great. Hyperventilating the entire time Rudy was going on an outburst. Like, it was really good. In fact, I'd probably raise this higher than here. I don't think I'd raise it higher than episode 1 though. But it definitely is one of the best episodes this season so far. Definitely one of the best. I think this is a fair ranking. I don't think we've hit anything that's extremely good yet. I don't think we've reached anything that's extremely bad yet. I think we've reached like A, B, C range. And again, if you compare this to normal anime, just put you just put all of these like a tier above and make S and S plus. And we don't have any of those yet. I think we've reached an S plus with shows like Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. I think we've reached that S plus category in that show, but not here. I don't think we've reached that here. Honestly, I think Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 has been doing slightly better in terms of quality of episodes than Mushoku Tensei has thus far, in terms of consistency at least. But yeah. Yeah, that's what I think about these episodes. We can hope there's potential for this season to have S tier episodes. I'll just say that there's potential. If they land it well, we'll have S tier episodes, but we have not reached that point yet. I'm not sure in this core. It has to deliver it very episodes will be chapters will have to be adapted very well in this core to reach an S tier, in my opinion, very well. But later on in the second core, we will reach those moments, and we will reach a lot of S tier moments in core 2, especially in the later portion. So until then, we'll see. I don't think you'll have to try that hard to adapt the later portions of core 2 to be S tier worthy, because the writing's just that damn good later on. Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 will be hard to beat even with the rest of the season. Disagree if you're including core 2, but definitely agree if you're talking about core 1. Just core 1. Yeah, and that's it. Now, I don't have any visuals when talking about Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. I think that's next on my list here. Let me double check the details on my stream here. So let me go here. Let me just watch the live stream on my own. And the schedule, yeah, talking about Jujutsu Kaisen, my thoughts on that. Okay. Jujutsu Kaisen has been a good show thus far. I'm not going to be talking too much about this. It's currently on hiatus right now. But we finished the Gojo backstory arc with his friend. Again, I'm bad with names, so I can't really remember what his name is. But I didn't think that they were going to be able to turn this guy into a bad guy this quickly. I'll actually bring up the Crunchyroll to bring in some visuals to let you know what I'm talking about, because I'm kind of delusional when it comes to this, and I don't have any visuals in front of me. So I think it's Premature Death. That was the episode that was peak, honestly. I don't think... Okay, Hidden Inventory 4. Let's go back to Hidden Inventory 4 here. The cliffhangers in this show are very fucking good. Let me get out of here and let me include a window capture of... Let me add a window capture here of Jujutsu Kaisen here. Okay. Let's go back to here. And let's make this slightly bigger so you don't have to look at the tier list window behind it. Yeah, no, not this scene. Exactly, dude. This is the part. These are the parts that make an S tier episode, in my opinion, an S plus tier episode, and relative to most anime. This is what makes a S plus tier moment. Now, I don't think the previous episode, when it ended on this cliffhanger, I don't think when it ended off in this cliffhanger, it was it made it an S plus tier episode. But oh yeah, by the way, spoilers for Jujutsu Kaisen. Sorry, I'm going to go through this in detail just like I did with Mushoku Tensei, but not nearly as long. I don't think we've reached like the moment I don't think the previous episode reached that S tier quality in terms of like writing ability, because I think a significant portion of it was kind of filler. I mean, the tension with Gojo being like killed here, it's kind of non-existent, because like I know that he survives. I know he survives. I'm not really concerned about that fight. But the moment at the end was very unpredictable. I did not expect her to just get shot like that. And that is what makes an S tier moment. Now, if these quality of moments like lasted for a significant portion of the episode, then I'd say, hey, this is one of the best episodes I've seen in a while, and just anime in general. That belongs to Inventory 4 and Premature Death. Inventory 4, this fight scene was fucking nuts, dude. And just being absolutely scared of this guy who is somehow pulling these abilities out of his ass, even though he can't really sorry, wrong person. I'm trying to get to the just this guy being able to pull abilities out of his ass and keeping up with people who are like extremely overpowered, even though he has no ability to use like cursed energy at all. It's so fascinating. It makes you like very like engaged during this entire thing, even though you know he's not gonna be able to like he's gonna make it out of this. Well, you don't know that 100% because the person that actually, no, you do know this because of, if you watch the movie, you know that this version of him still lingers. I still think that season 1 version of him is different, because like he doesn't act too differently, but to the degree that he does, I think it's, I mean, we see him get killed in the movie, so I think he's honestly possessed by one of the spirits that he captured. That's my take. I think his body got possessed by one of the spirits that he captured after the movie. But I think it's not that great of writing. I think it's great writing in here, in this fight scene, in order to keep you engaged in the fight scene, because otherwise it's just mindless action, and I don't typically like shonen with mindless action. And it makes his abilities very intriguing, and they don't make him last too long, and they don't make the fight scene last too long for it to be redundant. And I appreciated that a lot. Now, I could give a shit less about this part. Honestly, I'd probably downgrade it to an A. This particular episode to an A. But Gojo being high out of his mind is just fucking hilarious. and the animation this scene is fucking great. Like, holy shit. And just Mappa just pulls out all the stops. I can't appreciate it enough. And then the after credits scene, dude. Holy shit, bro. Like, I cannot get enough of this scene. And like this scene made it extremely powerful. And I love the scene a lot. I can't get enough of it. And it really when you first watch this scene, you at first think that this is going to impact Gojo significantly. This is like Gojo's the one who's proposing to kill all these guys, and his friend turned it down. He said no, we have a job to do. We're not gonna kill these guys. Gojo was on the verge of breaking at this point, but as this thought lingers in his head, that's what broke him. That's what turned him to a significant, that's what turned him to the dark side in this episode. And I was like, how are they going to turn someone who's honestly not nearly into the same degree of like breaking as Gojo in that last episode? How are they going to turn him from being good to bad within just one episode? I mean, I didn't think it was going to happen overall in one episode, but looking back, how are you going to be able to do that? But right here, I am astonished. I am amazed by how just fed up this guy is with their current system of curses and how they handle it and how they handle them. Having them just, that noise just being a lingering noise in the back of his mind, celebrating the death of that girl, is honestly very, very sad. And being able to understand villains' motives is very important in shows, especially shonen. If you want to differentiate yourself from most shonen, understanding villains' motives from the jump is very important. Hey, what? No. Very important. And I loved it a lot. And having a very contrasting, hopeful kid talk to him is just. I mean, I didn't enjoy this conversation between these two that much, but it was all right. It was whatever. I didn't care for it that much, but once he got to the point where he saves those two kids, have we ever seen that kid in season 1? I don't think so. No, I don't think we did. But you know, these kids are from the movie. These kids are these two kids are like some of his two, they're the two teen girls that were with him in the movie. And seeing their origin story and how he just completely massacred an entire city for saying that these two devils are like witches and they're gonna doom everybody and they deserve like all the treatment that they're getting. Seeing an entire city behind that fact, behind that idea, completely just shakes him to his core. And afterwards, he has no regret for what he did at all. And him explain to Gojo that like, I'm going to go through with this plan. You can't kill me. There's no way. You're not in a state right now where you can stop me from going through with this plan. Being the strongest doesn't necessarily mean that you're willing to go through all the effort to and put yourself in a mindset to where you can change the world. Being the most talented person, you need a strong enough mind to go through with what this guy's trying to do in order to change the entire structure. And I think Gojo takes that into effect, takes that lesson and learns from it when he teaches his students and tries to say, I will do anything within my ability to make these kids as strong as me, because without more of me, without more Gojos, like, this world is fucked. Without more people as strong as Gojo, like, this world's fucked. And he realizes that, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to make these kids develop and go through any risk possible to have another one of him, another person as strong as him. And he's willing to go through anything, just like he is later, to accomplish a different goal. But right now he's not in that head state. He's not willing to kill him. He is in the movie, but he's not willing to kill him right now, and he's still going through that conflict in his head right here. And seeing Megami just being a stone face a kid is just hilarious to me, that he hasn't changed much at all. It's like, oh, I killed your dad. It's like, oh, I know what happened to your dad. And it's like, I don't fucking care, dude. Chad Megami, true. And then we're going to go flash forward back to current times in the next episode, and I can't wait for that. So yeah, that's the episode. I love that I love those last two episodes. I love those last two. There are times in these fight scenes in Jujutsu Kaisen, especially when Gojo explains his abilities, that I just get lost, and he's like, oh, infinity plus infinity is equal infinity, therefore purple. I'm like, okay, cool story, bro. I understand what you're saying a lot. No, it's just he just pulls random like math out of his ass, and then he's just like, therefore I could do this really stupid ability, and it's like this plus this equals that, therefore OP ability right here, and it doesn't make much sense at all, and I don't like it when he does that. I mean, he does it a little bit in the hidden inventory 4. He does it a little bit there, but in that fight scene with the guy who has no curse ability powers, everything that guy did made sense, and it was understandable. So average shonen explanation of powers, yeah, but they were actually able to explain it very well with the guy who has like no curse energy at all. They actually managed to make his abilities make sense, and that's why I really appreciate that fight scene. That's why I really appreciate that. Gojo's fight scenes just look really cool, and the explanations for them make no fucking sense at all. In that sense, I don't like that aspect of Jujutsu Kaisen, and I hope that we learn. I hope that like when we continue these fight scenes, because every single fight scene in Jujutsu Kaisen, they always explain their abilities, and whenever Gojo explains his ability, it's fucking weird. So I hope that when we learn more about other characters' abilities, it makes more sense, like it did with Megami's dad. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Jujutsu Kaisen. Can't wait for this upcoming arc. I heard this arc is going to be very good. I don't know how you're going to top this arc with normal shonen, but we'll see. And next on the list of stuff to do is Horimiya Season 2. Okay. Let's go look at Horimiya Season 2 here. Now, the comedy in Horimiya Season 2 is fucking fantastic. I laugh a lot when it comes to Horimiya Season 2. I've only watched 3 episodes, but this particular segment of the stream is mainly talking about episode 1, because it uses the direction in this episode was fucking trash, and I'll explain to you why. And I could not focus on any of the comedic bits at all because of the way they fucking move these scenes. Okay, so let's talk about this in terms of just like moving a camera in a 3D plane, moving a camera in a normal movie. Typically you want things to make sense when you're moving a camera. Typically you want things to like not distract you too much from what's actually happening on screen when you're moving a camera. Typically, when you're moving a camera, it's either for an effect in terms of the theme, or to help you better understand what's happening in a scene, or for a comedic effect that this guy tries to do but fails at miserably, because I can't pay attention to any of the dialogue that's happening if you're just gonna move the camera constantly in this fucking episode. Okay, let's go. So every single shot in this episode is a panning shot. Now, if you were watching this with subtitles, you might be focused on the subtitles most of the time instead of actually paying attention to how the cinematography is going on here, how the editing's happening here. Whoever edited this was weird, because for some reason we looked at the editors and people working on this episode, and it's the same people who are working on all the episodes after and before. It's the same team, but for some reason there are so many more panning shots in this episode that it distracts from everything. I was watching this with one of my friends who's dyslexic and can't read that fast, so we had to watch the dub. And the dub's great, by the way. The voice actors in the dub do a fantastic job with comedic delivery, and I cannot oversay it. I'm not going to spoil any of the jokes, but I only watched Horimiya while eating, so I didn't notice that at all. Okay, now we're gonna play this. So normal shot, normal shot, normal shot. It gets egregious panning. Panning a little bit, but that actually made sense. Now let's, for some reason, a weird zoom out shot, and then fading. Hold up, I need to look back on here. What the fuck is happening here? What the fuck is what, huh? This makes no sense. What are we doing here? And this is just like the first 30 seconds of this episode. I don't know what's happening here. Why are we doing this? And we're panning for no reason here. And everything. And with animation, you animate things in like you may animate things in typically like in like 6 frames a second, maybe, or 12 frames a second if you're really gonna go with if you're really gonna like animate things well. But the problem is, if you're panning at 6 frames per second across a screen, it looks fucking terrible. Or if you're panning at a normal rate of 24 frames per second and things are moving at 6 frames per second or being animated at 6 frames per second, it looks fucking weird. But if you have background shots, it looks fine. But the constant moving of the camera distracts me a shit ton. Hold up. So moving, still shot. Oh, we're gonna move again. It looks cool, I guess, and then we go on to the opening cinematic, which is whatever, it's fine. Panning kind of makes sense here, but I think the background's moving a lot more than how these characters are moving, and it's really distracting, disorienting. And we hold this thing for a long time, and then it's okay here. Again, this pan shot makes sense, but it's not insane. And for some reason, we're zooming out again. Zoom out shots make no sense in anime. Just keep a still shot, please. Don't, no, stop. And we're still zooming out for a long period of time. We're not slowing down at all in the zoom shot. And when you make things go out of focus in anime, it doesn't make much sense. So like, when you make things go out of focus here, I don't know, it's unappealing to me personally. I don't like when you make things go out of focus in anime and drawings. It makes sense in live action because everything kind of meshes together in live action. But in here, you have actually like hard lines around characters to define like where they actually are in an existence in a plane. And typically, since like you have like, you can control like anything that happens in an animation shot, usually getting things out of focus isn't really necessary. But here he decides to get things out of focus a lot in this episode. I don't know why. Okay, comedic bit, like all the if you actually pay attention to the comedy, like everything actually lands. But panning shot, still panning. Why are they way over here? Why are they all the way over here? You could have just been fine if they were just in the center. This adds nothing. Why are you panning here? Like, some of you may not understand why I'm mad about this panning, but the problem is when you're watching the whole episode, this panning shit happens constantly. So you're not really being able to pay attention. Your eyes are always moving across the screen or going out or focusing out or focusing in, and you can't really pay attention to anything that's actually happening if you're like listening to dub. If you're watching the sub, you have something to focus on the entire time, the subtitles at the very bottom. But like here, if you're just looking at the visuals, your eyes are always moving, and you have nothing to pay attention to. You have no particular spot that you're supposed to pay attention to. There's no like center stage here. Everything's just moving constantly. Why are we still moving? And holy shit, why did you do that? Just why? If you're gonna cut, just cut. You don't need to do this. And again, if you're panning across if you're panning across at a certain frame rate, it's gonna look choppy. It's like the background is moving at a different pace than at a different frame rate than the actual characters. It's like they're lagging. It's like lagging in an actual anime. It's so weird. And then we actually have a still shot here. We're still fucking panning. Holy shit. Why are we still fucking panning? I can't pay attention to anything that's happening. This happens throughout the entire episode, and it was very difficult to pay attention to. You got hints of this in episode 2, but it wasn't nearly to the same degree. And then like after like the 3-minute mark in episode 2, it went away. And then it's continued to stay away for the rest of the 3 episodes I watched. I haven't watched anything that was past episode 3 yet, because I watch it with friends and they aren't ready to watch they don't have much time on their hands right now to watch the rest, catch up with Horimiya. But again, shot composition is extremely important, no matter how good your writing is. And if you pay attention to just the dialogue here, the comedic bits land. But shot composition, cinematography, directing is extremely important, and this fucking sucks. The directing and editing and shot composition and the rest of the episodes are great, but for some reason they went with a stylistic choice in this episode, and let's just say it fucking was trash beyond any reasonable measure. I love this show, but that episode was fucking weird. Okay. I'm done with Horimiya. Now we get into some weird bits with Peak Fiction. I believe that's the next part here. Yeah, Peak Fiction. Okay, let's pull up Peak Fiction. Can anyone guess what Peak Fiction is? It's a currently running show right now that I've yet to talk about on this channel. Does anyone know what Peak Fiction is? Anyone can guess. Now, Peak Fiction is Peak Fiction right here. This is Peak Fiction right here. Now, you may be thinking, oh, I probably just watched 1 or 2 episodes and got a general gist of everything. If I even watched it at all, I just watched it because it was such a stupid concept and I watched just 1 or 2 episodes. I watched all of them. I'm caught up. Why? Because it's Peak Fiction. There's no other explanation. It's just Peak Fiction. joking aside, this show's a fucking train wreck. This show's a fucking train wreck, and I can't stop watching it. Every episode, the comedic delivery is so cringe. Whenever it gets emotional, it's cringe. It has potential for actually being a decent show when it introduces the concept of like scaling like ability scaling with this vending machine. Like, it's actually like kind of interesting when they first introduce the system. But then they just pull shit out of their ass, and for some reason, bro, I don't know how they managed to do this, but okay, I'm gonna pause it just so it doesn't like copyright claim me. I think it's in the last episode. I think it's in episode 2. But how the fuck do they escape this giant lizard creature? They first get out soda. They first dispense out soda from the machine. I'm like, no shot are you doing this? And then for somehow he just fucking transforms into a different type of vending machine out of the blue. Now, I was fine with all the other concepts, being able to change the items within your machine. That's fine and everything. But he just changed the entire fucking type of vending machine that he is, which is fucking weird. He eventually turns himself into like a vacuum cleaner vending machine, which I didn't even know that was a thing, but for some reason it is. And like, to me, this stuff just gets pulled out. This writer just pulls shit out of his ass, and it's fucking weird, man. I don't know. Anyway, and then we have, oh my gosh, and then he gets the Mentos and somehow conveys the idea that they put the Mentos into the soda, and somehow that trips up this giant fucking monster. I don't know how, man. It's fucking cringe. It's so fucking cringe. I can't, man. For some reason, somehow, some way, this disables him. How the fuck does that disable a giant creature like that? How the fuck do you just get normal soda cans and then you just send this shit by putting you just send this shit at Mach 4 by just putting Mentos in these fucking soda bottles? How the fuck does that even happen? These things travel the fucking mile to get those eyes. I understand you blinds them for a little bit, but how the fuck do you have these giant ass like sprays coming out of a little tiny nozzle that launch to fucking infinity? It makes no sense. Also, this should be foam. A bunch of stupid stuff comes up like this later, and eventually, in order to destroy a creature, the vending machine gets eaten by it. He performs a gas leak, creates a barrier around him to prevent himself from exploding in the gas leak, and then he kills a giant ass monster from the inside out via gas leak explosion. That's kind of cool, but whatever. And this freaking girl right here, whenever she's in the show, it's so bad. I don't know why. The comedy sucks, the emotional delivery sucks, the writing just gets completely brain dead when she's on screen. And actually, I enjoyed one episode when like these two, when the vending machine was actually just talking to someone that was actually competent. This person was able to deduce a lot of different like mechanics around this vending machine, like vending machine's abilities and shit, just by talking to it for a little bit and being able to like understand it. For like they were able to deduce a lot of shit, like it being like like the vending machine actually formally being a person, an actual person. Eventually got that. Being basically not being surrounded by idiots in the show, being surrounded by actually somewhat smart people in the show, make it a lot better. But unfortunately, this show has a lot of idiots in it, and that severely hurts the show, severely hurts peak fiction. So yeah, I'm gonna watch this train wreck, because immediately after she's gone, immediately after this scene, like, it gets like fucking bad, and I don't know how this has a 4.3 on Crunchyroll, you know, it's fucking weird. But anyway, yeah. This stream's going on for a bit longer than I anticipated. So I'm not gonna talk about Honkai Star Rail or Genshin. Let's just say Genshin Story Quest and 4.0 I fucking hated with a passion. Too much dialogue bloat. People are saying that it's different from other Genshin Impact quests. It fucking sucks. And in terms of Honkai Star Rail updates, I got Kafka. I pulled Kafka, and I'm so happy because of it. But unfortunately, I have to grind a shit ton in order to get any teams working with her, because I never, ever built up any damage over time characters at all with on my account. So there's a lot of grinding to do in this case, and I did not expect to pull Kafka, so I didn't really get any of her stuff maxed out immediately. So I was able to do that with Blade, but not so much with Kafka, because I had guaranteed pity, but actually no, not guaranteed pity, but I had a lot of pulls for Blade, and I was anticipating on pulling him, and I got him. I was able to predict that, and I pre-grinded for him. But with Kafka, not the same thing. Managed to pull a decent number of artifacts with this latest artifact buff, artifact event where you get double rewards. But I was able to pull a decent number of stuff, attack percent pieces, and effect hit rate stuff. But unfortunately, not enough, because I still have to build other characters, and I ran out of credits, and I need to grind for credits as well. So that's it. That's the stream. Thank you so much for watching. I don't think I'm gonna make a episode video review on this on these latest episodes I went through today, but I think it's I think we are good enough just chilling right here, being able to wait until, like, I don't know, I don't know when I'm gonna make a video. Honestly, it's a lot of effort. I'm hopefully getting a job soon. I don't know the details of the job, but I'm being sent details tomorrow about it. And I'll still have to be applying for a full-time job along the side, so I don't know how much time I'm gonna have on my hands during that, but we'll see. I've had a lot of time on my hands like these past few weeks, but I was just too lazy to make any videos because it's a huge time commitment. It's a huge time sink, and Baldur's Gate's fun, and grinding for Kafka was a chore, and Genshin Impact was something. It was something. I was still applying for jobs, but I was still applying for jobs at the time, but like, it's, you know, it's a thing. I don't know. I don't know when I'll get motivated again to make another video. It's kind of, I need to grow some discipline. It sucks. Yeah, I don't know. It's not too motivating when you see it's not too motivating when you just spend hours upon hours on a video and you're just talking about an episode and just saying, this is good, and this part's also good, and all that. It's fine for a stream, but like if you're making a script and editing a video and all you're able to say is just like, this scene good because this, and you're not really able to add anything to the episode, it's like, it's kind of kind of redundant, kind of stupid. I can't really get past that fact. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream now. Looks like it's raining a lot, so yeah. Comment below if you want me to talk more about any of the shows I talked about here today. I don't think I'm going to be talking about Jujutsu Kaisen again unless I see something crazy happen, or Horimiya for that matter. I think a lot of Horimiya comes down to comedy bits, and you don't want to spoil comedic bits if the entire show is based on comedy. There's no romance really in this show anymore. They kind of did that in season 1, so they're relying more on comedy. So again, spoiling about comedy when not many people will watch the show. I just recommend watching Horimiya. It's a very good show. I recommend it. Watch the episode 1 of season 2 subbed, because you're gonna get motion sickness if you don't. And yeah, I think that's it for me. Why are there 5 viewers all of a sudden when I'm about to end the stream? Anyway, I talked about a bunch of shows earlier. I think that's it. I don't think I've been watching anything this season much at all. So yeah, that said, I'll see y'all later. Bye.